Hello, you're a There's the intro, right?
There's the intro.
Mediocre episode. It didn't just crush episode one.
We're back!
Yeah. Alright, how are you, James?
Bloody lovely for being back on the bloody Mediocre Best podcast. Woo!
We love it. We love to see it.
It was
absolutely inspirational.
I mean, we saw the first episode go out about about 3-4 days ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more like a week. Who knows? But it was it was quite nice.
I'm quite sort of impressed with how it did, considering
it exists.
It's the first video on a channel with otherwise no other stuff on it. You know,
good.
And I think the method of half of it on my channel and then half of it on there, you know,
was a nice bit of promo.
Yeah, I think it worked, and I got a free video of it. Not gonna complain.
Fucking slave for content.
Ouch.
So
where do we want to start?
I have this lovely coffee. Oh, so basically, I love coffee. I'm not one of these like specifically like iced coffee people. But you know, I quite like iced coffee. Arctic Coffee, I think, is the perfect brand in terms of environmentally friendly packaging. Lovely. Very affordable.
How much was that?
This was 90 pence.
Oh, go on.
90 pence. And that was at the expensive uni shop.
Yeah.
And also, this one in particular, skinny latte, so has a lovely blend, lovely bit of strength, and under 99 calories.
It's a win-win-win-win.
It's beautiful. It's really, really enjoyable.
And that's what, 3 out of 5 coffee beans?
3 out of 5 coffee beans. I have actually had their 5 out of 5 coffee beans.
And what's that? Is that?
Fit.
Fair enough.
Really nice.
Really nice.
Really
Not
nice.
just nice, but
Not
really
nice.
Nice. Now, there is a topic we do need to talk about, because we promised it on the last podcast.
Happily.
And I can guarantee people are they going to fucking talk about it? Don't worry.
I guarantee no one has... no one cares.
Yes, they do. The Lorax. I don't know how we got onto the Lorax in the last podcast, but we said we'd talk about it.
I genuinely got a text and I was like, do you guys have to talk about the Lorax in the next? They're like, are you
Bagging film?
I was like, yeah, right, we're going to do it.
Dr. Seuss films are like, Holland Spider-Man is one of the cinematic masterpieces.
Next Halloween, I want to dress up as the Lorax. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
That's amazing.
But I'm going to see if I can find a way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're ginger, so you're like...
Ginger, I just need to...
Grow your moustache.
It's very, very yellow.
Yeah, I reckon you can do that.
I've got to find a way.
That's actually exciting.
That's my plan next year. Find a way to be the Lorax.
Become the Lorax.
Become the Lorax.
Like, generally though, the Lorax is a very good... Like, people will meme it and go, oh, fuck, Danny DeVito's this little orange. Right. Yeah, but the message is actually solid. Like,
maybe very slightly ironically, but a few times on my way to university, I have been caught listening to the soundtrack of the Lorax.
What's the best song?
Right, thing is though, if we're talking analytically here, in the soundtrack,
yeah,
what's his name? Big Boss Man, well, Little Boss Man.
Lorax?
No, as in like the
Ted.
No, the guy who like runs the city thing.
O'Hare.
He
has a little verse, doesn't he?
He has a little
banging verse.
It's sick.
It's like Limbo Miranda shit. Like
I've watched the film since, and it's kind of like,
why is that not in there?
That's one of the things you notice in films where you watch it, you don't realise something. This is what I find with we're doing a sequel from from Muppets Most Wanted, is you'll find the transition where they've cut a bit of the song that they didn't intend for.
You can't hear it.
Is really unnatural, but when you first watch it and you haven't listened to the soundtrack version, you don't notice it at all.
No.
It's really weird.
It's strange. But that O'Hare bit's really... Because it, like... I don't know, it just...
Like, it's a musical bop while setting up a character.
Yeah, it's a lovely little moment for O'Hare, to be honest. To get his little...
I mean, to be fair, it's all, like, that opening song, like, it's the one that doesn't quite get, like, you know, like memed as much. Like, obviously, like, you know, Let It Grow is a banging song, to be fair.
They're all pretty
whilst also having the fun of the meme.
Yes.
But the opening it's just a bop.
Yeah, it doesn't get enough appreciation.
It's just a bop,
and it works.
Lovely.
Like, it is a solid...
Very enjoyable.
How bad can I be? It's just like...
How bad can I
genuinely, like, if it was on stage, that would be the Act 1 finale.
Yeah.
Like, imagine once it's like, lift up, be like...
Would that leave you? I guess to be fair, Act 2s are normally like get away with being a little bit shorter anyway. To be fair, so you probably get away with that.
I think that'd be quite a cool. I've thought many times about how they can adapt it for stage. You know,
there's a way to do it.
There's a way to do it because even the opening's lends itself quite heavily already to like stage.
The opening would be
like it really.
You could extend out. Everybody needs a little bit. Give that.
Songs
you'd need a few more songs. You'd need to.
Yeah, but I mean they do that when they put a film on stage. They write new songs for it anyway.
Like
when
School of Rock is technically musically based, but it's mainly just an addition of songs with a couple of bits taken over.
I mean, sometimes when they make a stage show or film, they cut all the good songs and add 2 shit songs. Not that they name any names, but you know. Sometimes, theoretically.
Please name a name because I'm really lost.
Evan Hansen.
Oh,
they
God,
take out all your good songs and put 2 songs that no one asked for. Some of my characters no one gives a shit about. No.
I don't want to. I will.
I have said I will not watch it where I have to pay for it. I'm not paying for it.
I do not.
Or at least I'm not paying. I wasn't going to pay to watch it at the cinema. If it comes on like Netflix, I think it's on HBO Max, which is so fucking. We don't.
To be fair, HBO Max does seem like a good streaming service.
I don't think it's a big thing in the UK. I don't think
it's not, the UK doesn't have it at the moment. But thing is though, I'm lucky because I'm stealing a Sky password at the moment, and a lot of because there's no HBO Max, a lot of HBO stuff goes to Sky. So for example, I can just watch Game of Thrones whenever I want. Which
look at you go.
Bloody love me some Game of Thrones.
I've never seen it.
I think it's quite. It's looking back on it now. It's such an investment for the last 2 series just being wank. No, I quite like. I don't mind Series 7. Series 8.
Genuinely wank.
The opinion of it, the quite famous opinion of it that it is bad, is not extreme enough for how much of a complete fucking letdown in every single way. I don't think I can think, apart from a couple of little things, which obviously, like it's like with a show that big, it's fucking like likely that something's gonna go right, but like how much not just went wrong, but went abhorrently bad is atrocious, and it pisses me the fuck off.
I can tell.
So watch seasons 1 through 4. Don't get invested and stop.
Okay.
Which is tough because
I probably will get invested. I have no way to watch it, luckily though, so I probably won't even bother. I can't be fucked, to be honest. It's a lot of admin.
A lot of admin. You say that so much.
It's a great phrase. You can't deny that a lot of admin's a fucking great phrase.
You find, right, you go through, everyone goes through phases of words. They say, like, I went, you know, like, I remember, you know, like secondary school and stuff. It was like, you know, I'd say like illogical, like
God,
5 times a day, and these sorts of like words and phrases just become your thing.
Yeah, I feel
for
like
a little bit.
Everyone has that. It's a weird thing that you suddenly just pick up this phrase from somewhere, run with it for like a month, and then just drop it.
Like a lot of times seem to be saying like we in like as in like Scottish, like a bit we.
Yeah.
I'm barely even fucking Scottish.
A ginger.
Basically one of the brothers then, aren't I?
Yeah, no, but a lot of admin works.
A lot of admin is great.
A lot of admin. That on a t-shirt.
The best,
a lot of admin.
The best phrase I've ever heard, not in this room, I have heard in this room, but ever, is, what loan do you want the council?
Oh, yes. What was it I said that about? Oh, it was, we were doing like top 3 something.
Yeah.
And
no, it was on the first podcast. It was it was like, right, what are the best 3 castings from the Mario film?
And I was like,
and we pitched
Charlie Day,
we pitched Jack Black, Charlie
and
Day.
Then which lung do you want the cancer?
Which lung do you want the cancer in? Quite unfair to like Annie Taylor-Joy and stuff, but like what lung do you want the cancer
in? It is a obviously it's offensive, but it's such. Because everyone knows what you mean if you say that.
Yeah, everyone knows, you know. It's just
so ask you a question, you get which lung you want the cancer in. Everyone knows.
They just make bad choices.
They know. It's straight to the point.
It's good, it's logical, it works Bish bash bosh.
Lot of admin.
Lot of admin.
It's such. Oh, I'm gonna get it on a t-shirt. Just
what? Which lung do you want the cancer in?
Yeah, oh, that's not good.
That's not a good.
No, just a lot of admin.
Lot of
That's gonna be the slogan for my channel. I'm gonna put it in my banner. Fraser Oliver.
Put on a hoodie. Fraser
yeah,
Oliver. Too much fucking admin, though.
It is. Life is admin.
Life
equals admin. So we've each got some topics, right, that we sort of...
I've come across a few... a lot of it's my personal experience, but I do also have something that I discovered this week. This is a great I didn't actually mean this to be a transition, but that works.
Good segue.
So I've discovered something this week that happens every year, and obviously I knew about it. And it's one of those things where it started off being this cool thing, and that's probably how it became famous. And we can talk about them in general, but we might as well talk about this year's to begin with. Have you seen the John Lewis Christmas advert?
I've not seen any of the Christmas adverts for this year.
Okay.
I know they exist. We can watch it now.
That's too much admin in terms of editing.
No, it's not.
Right.
I edit them. Why are you...
Yeah, you edited
throwing myself under the bus.
So... right, let's have a quick talk.
Right, talk to them while I get it up a second.
What are some of your favourite John Lewis?
I love to do this. You just keep looking.
Yes. Which screen's it on?
I've lost Audacity.
Which screen do you want the cancer in?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, look, it's my video.
Well, it's because it's Mediocre. It's the only channel we're subscribed to. You and me. Why is Stampy on my? Why is Stampy on my?
Liam Dutton fails.
Oh, is that pronouncing like whatever?
That was good. Right.
That was good, right?
What are your favourite John Lewis? What are the ones that stick out to you?
I can't remember which ones John Lewis do, to be honest.
So, for example, because they're quite like for me, there was
one with the penguin. I quite enjoyed that one.
So the penguin one, I think the first one I came across, there was like an animated bear that had to go into hibernate over Christmas.
Yeah, I have seen that one.
That for me, like I think it's like a Lily Allen song. I think that one's really cool. It's like all like animated. Like I've seen like behind the scenes of that.
Somewhere Only We Know. That's a banger.
That's one. Paedophile on the Moon.
Sorry.
Have you never seen Paedophile on the Moon?
No.
Well, it's called Man on the Moon.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think John Lewis are going to market Paedophile on the Moon, but that's fine.
But basically, what it is it's it's a man who's stuck on the moon.
This one's a banger with the monster.
Oh, that was shit.
No, I quite enjoyed that one.
That was really wank. I think that's the last one I actually remember. I have seen that X-rated on Russell Howard. I think it's quite funny. But it's like there's a man alone on the moon, and a girl has like a telescope, and then for Christmas you send him a telescope, and he's just there, just staring through a window.
Yes, I do remember that.
Literally,
paedophile on the moon.
Right, let's watch
Is this it?
Unexpected Guest.
Is it good?
It's so bad.
Oh,
it's so bad. It's just a nothing advert. They've lost all their creative ideas, really.
Why have I got subtitles on?
Because you're cool.
Nice. Fuck off. Only
I hate the song choice so much because it's just works if you want to have the cover. What is the cover of?
What the?
Just random ass alien. Just like
that's what you do.
Yeah. Just goes into reach around the
Tony Stark just turns up. I got one of them. Christmas tree. Christmas tree.
do you know what the song is? I hate it.
This is
Scrap.
Can you imagine? Christmas tree. This is Scran. This alien's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, she's pissed.
She's had enough.
Work out the cover.
No, they haven't. They've not. Why? Why? That doesn't work as like a slow.
I hate this cover. Literally, he just wants to bone her. Like, it's literally the story of a 12-year-old kid going through puberty and wanting to bone an alien.
Nice. Spiderman.
Fucking E.T. shit here. Then she just fucks off.
Oh yeah, that's a good story. We don't care enough about her so that when she fucks off it's a dramatic... I don't give a shit.
I actively dislike her. Boner?
Yeah.
Not me, him.
Alright, James. I'm convinced, yeah, good act. Oh, fuck's sake. That is the shittest.
Awful. Awful. Fucking Electric Dreams. We'll always be together.
I can't be dealing with it.
Shit.
Big old Fred Spoon over here reacting to it. Only I could get a reaction video out of a podcast.
That's impressive. That's quality Fraser on.
I physically can't go. I can't do a video without reacting it. It's actually impossible. Oh, what? What do you reckon is the best Christmas advert of all time? Not even just John Lewis, just any. Because people always go John Lewis.
I'm
just gonna YouTube just Christmas advert.
Yeah. See what the Sainsbury's one with the war.
My man Percy. What?
There was like that the Sainsbury's one where there's like, you know, they do like the whole they play football with each other on Christmas Day. That was quite simple. I do think it's probably actually the original, like the animated Lily Allen John Lewis one for me.
I did not know Tom Holland was Percy Pig. Can we watch? How's that a thing? Why is
Let's cast Tom Holland.
no whoops?
No, yeah, Juliet shit this.
Cracking film.
Oh, baubles.
Don't.
Gotcha. Oh, hello, tiny fairy lady.
I can't be bothered. I can't be fucking bothered.
Why? Why?
He's gone from Spiderman to Percy Pig. He's peaked. That's it. He's
literally him and Chris Pratt just doing every iconic role.
You've got Mario and fucking from Star-Lord and Spider-Man to fucking Garfield and Percy Pig.
Like, the memes that has created, just, you know, Chris Pratt will be voicing Chris Pratt for the near future.
Yeah.
I love it.
And what's it? I cannot. Oh my god.
But wait, Tom. Right, I need to hear a little bit more of this.
Christmas? I've never had a Christmas before.
It's weird hearing him British acting.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that? Election golden blonde Christmas pudding. I've never seen anything so beautiful in all my 23 seconds of life.
Solid jokes.
Thank you.
Solid jokes. Tories.
Sound like
Who has Christmas? Yeah. I'd love some salmon on toast.
Tesco could not afford Tom Holland.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. The triple chocolate panettone.
He wouldn't though, because Tom Holland's British.
I think my tail likes it.
Euphemism.
This is not just Christmas food.
A little sidetrack.
Oh god, this is gonna be a complete left turn. There's
No, it's about Tom Holland.
Okay,
I'm a little bit like. On the one hand, I'm really glad Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and I'm really glad, you know, he's doing his own thing. And you know, like, I worry because I feel like the system of him now, you know, being like in a, like you know, properly like in America doing like big films. I feel like we could have lost Tom Holland the actor.
In what way? Do you mean as in
like these? There are certain people that like maybe at some point he might do like a streaming show, but at the moment, can you see Tom Holland like actually like getting like deep into a character?
Okay, so you think we've lost?
I think there was an opportunity.
So he's going to be one-off characters, sort of thing. We don't think he's going to be a deep.
Because I think he's got lots of like to be fair, Andrew Garfield almost has benefited from leaving in terms of the fact he got the big blockbuster, he had fun, and now he, to be fair, like. I think as I've kind of like grown up, like obviously, you know, as like probably as like a 16-year-old, I was always kind of like, you know, like, oh, I'd love to do the big film. And to be fair, like, you know, like someone says, you know, be the male Captain Britain in the MCU.
Yeah.
I'm fucking doing it. It's sick.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a nerd, and it's what I'd really like to do. But also, you know, like as an actor, it's kind of like the gritty things, or like, you know, even just like a decent like comedy or something. You know, it's like things you can probably get your
the character you can
into.
Get used to. Sort of thing.
Things like the Uncharted film he's doing. I know some people really enjoy that sort of stuff, but that to me is a little bit like your job is just going to the gym and taking steroids.
Yeah. I think it's nice to see an actor who has an opportunity to take. This is sound very wanky.
It usually does from you.
Fuck off. But to like take the character and like run with it, as opposed to pick it up for a film and then drop it, as opposed to them getting the character at the start and taking them like Robert Downey Jr. As Iron Man. That it no one else will be like that was solid. Whereas if he did something like I can't think of any other example of a Robert Downey Jr. film. Like Sherlock. Did he only do one Sherlock film?
Did 2, I think.
That's not going to work with my
thing.
What is he? Oh, big up.
I think they're making the 3rd. This flapjack is lovely.
What is it? Talk to us.
Well, the thing is that I was just going to go for like a classic like all butter one, but it's kind of like we've got some sultana. I quite like a sultana today. Nice, different like nutrient. And it's kind of like, you know, oaty, a little bit, little carb. I quite oats. Honestly, you make a flapjack right. Some days it's better than like a brownie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you make like the most cummy-wummy brownie, like
fucking cummy-wummy
brownie, it's gonna be good. But you know, sometimes you just need like
cummy-wummy flapjack.
Like your taste buds grow up a little bit, and they go. Sometimes I don't just need chocolate. Some days I just want oats.
But that's so something you said there as contrast. So you just said you love a sultana, but is sultana not a dried fruit? And a quote you have said in the last week: "Dried fruit is cunty." Is sultana not dried fruit?
Tell me if I'm being really dumb.
Or a raisin's dried fruit and sultanas aren't?
I don't know. Is there a wet like dry you know the opposite, like you can't have a wet
yogurt
sultana, can you?
Sorry?
As in you can't have like sultana is that.
Yeah,
like,
a raisin's a dried grape, correct?
Is it?
I swear a raisin's just a dried grape. Oh, fuck. Is a raisin a dried grape? I swear it is just a dried grape. Grapes that have been dried. Raisin, yeah.
So
sultana, I think, is just a standalone fruit.
See that raisins, when you bite into them, they've got a little bit of juice in there, a little bit of liquid.
A bit of grape.
What I don't like in this world is dried fruit.
Like a packet of dried mango.
We're actually managing to segue through these topics.
As soon as you said sultanas, I was like, oh, I'm ready.
But like things like dried like you see like banana chips almost.
Yeah.
Like
grow up.
What the fuck?
Have a banana. Why are we drying it? Like
dried mango.
You've taken the joy out of it.
As a snack. You're just going, oh yeah, I want something crunchy.
That's just mango,
tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Like
mango, solid fruit. Dried mango. You've taken the joy out of it.
Like dried fruit.
Fuck off.
Like genuinely. I don't want to be mean, but if you eat dried fruit, you're a bit of a cunt.
I would liken dried fruit to like 0% alcohol. Like you've taken something and taken all the fucking meaning and joy. Like, do you know what's look? Mango, really nice juicy fruit. Should we dry it? No, don't dry it because then why are you fucking eating it? Just eat fucking cardboard. Genuinely, go and get an Amazon box, cut it up into strips, and chew on that. Prick.
I'm glad you're back in it, because I did half think you'd be a little bit of a dried fruit man.
I can't stand dried fruit because it's pointless.
What do you think of sultanas or raisins or whatever's actually in there? I think it's a sultana.
Raisins are good. Raisin, I think, is... Raisin is good because it's not... They don't just call it a dried grape. It's more than that. Yeah, because it's right. A raisin, you twat. A raisin... Not that near your bit. A raisin, just, yeah, nice. Oh, look at that. A raisin keeps more of its original fruit. When you have a raisin, it's got that bit of juice in it from the grape. You dry a mango, it's just MDF. Like, it's not, it is no longer, you cannot call it. Because when they dry grapes, they go, we understand this is no longer a grape, therefore we're going to call it a raisin. They dry mango, they're like, oh, it's just mango dried.
Yeah.
Exactly, so why are you eating it?
Sorry, just taking out all the liquid.
Yeah.
What, why? For the lols?
Yeah, like, oh, do you know what would be funny with this alcohol? If we take the alcohol out. Okay, well, what are you drinking?
A little bit of batter, just
so you're just drinking mould then, aren't you? Fucking idiot.
Wankers.
Twats.
Fucking dried fruit is cunty.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That was a good segue.
Really good segue.
I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed with
We're proper good at this.
Well in, my man.
Fucking dried fruit.
Dried fucking fruit.
Fuck off.
I have a couple of more topics. Okay. But what topics do you have? We've done a couple of my topics.
I think we've. I definitely had fruit is cunt. Dried. No, not fruit. Dried fruit is cunty. That was a top. Right. This one blew my mind. This is a fact that I saw. I was watching some documentary of some sort on Netflix, and there was a fact in it that I was like, that can't be true, but apparently it is. So, if you shove your hand, like tap your hand against the wall, there is a 1 in a trillion chance that your hand will just go through the atoms in the wall. So, like, if you do this, every time I'm doing this, there is a 1 in a trillion chance my hand could slip through the atoms.
But surely that has to have happened at some point.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's done it enough. How many times do you shove your hand into a wall?
I mean, there's the famous thing of like, you can't like count to 1 billion, for example.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to test it.
Exactly.
Because you'd literally, you'd literally have to have 1,000 people testing it for like all their life.
Yeah.
Well, probably
a lot of admin.
Well, it's impossible.
Yeah. But I was like, there's facts that you just sit there for like 4. That's your degree. You do your dissertation on fucking.
Where did you see that? Because that's got to be bollocks. I'm sorry.
I'll find it. I'll look at my.
I'm sorry. It's a solid fucking wall.
Yeah, but it's all made of atoms, my boy.
Don't
atom me.
It doesn't. I don't give a fuck.
No,
What? So my hand's just gonna suddenly just woo fuck off? Like that's not how physics works. Like, did you not learn about solids, liquids, and gases? We're both solids. We bump into each other. Hey up.
Solid.
That wasn't funny. I'm joking. That's really mean. Literally, like
It's all about quantum theory.
And why were you watching a documentary that says, you know what? Very occasionally, if you put your hands through a wall, they'll go through.
I like quantum theory. But there's so many things like that like.
That's just people that are like strong enough to actually like put a force through the wall.
Yeah, they've just got like a bodybuilder who just shoved his.
1 in a trillion times, you know, if you punch a wall, your fist will go through it.
Did you know the thing of what it's like to lick everything?
No, you can. No, I get that. You can very much.
I mean, that's but that's mental. Like something you've never even licked. Your brain just know what it'd be like to lick it, and that's mental. Why are we like that?
I think though that's not as mad as you think because however much you might not like, how much you might think about it at first, things you lick, like a lot of taste is texture.
Yeah, I guess.
So you already kind of have, and then there are a lot of things that are like. You know, like similar.
I guess it's all the same materials, isn't
or
it?
bland enough that you can guess quite closely.
Yeah, I just do think it's like I sat there like, what can I think of that I wouldn't know how to? I was like, the wheel of an aeroplane. No, I know what that tastes like.
The wing of an aeroplane. What would
metal?
Yeah, but
I don't want to be. I know what.
This is, you know, it's kind of smooth. Like, right, how would that fire alarm detector taste?
It's plastic, isn't it?
Yeah, but how?
I think that's how our brains do it. Is we just material.
What is literally? Do you reckon
There's a limited amount of
material.
So if you think, because if I said, what's it going to be like to lick that wooden ting up there?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because you've probably licked.
Hello and welcome to the James Skinner podcast. Fraser Oliver is no longer involved. It's just the Mediocre Best podcast with me, just me. He's a twat.
I don't know why I chose wood as an example for licking.
So, on today's episode of the Mediocre Best podcast, we are talking about what would it be like to lick Thor's hammer. Another good example for the penis argument.
Oh my god.
So it's quite nice because it's actually quite rumpy. It's quite rumpy bumpy. So you'd actually get quite a nice like lickage out of that. Pedo.
Okay.
Oh god. Jesus Christ. What other weird fucking documentaries have you seemingly been watching / wanking off to in your time?
That's pretty much it. Just quantum theory and licking wood.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Oh my god. Just quantum theory, that'd be great.
Quantum theory and licking wood.
Yeah, that would be great.
Gay Tom Holland. Is there a Spider-Man?
Oh, I got it. I see you. That was the other thing I was actually going to bring up though.
Gay Tom Holland?
Yeah. No, talking about like quantum theory and that. The quantum theory and that. I actually, this is in my notes. The third Ant-Man film,
Yeah.
Quantum Mate. See, Quantum 3.
So Ant-Man makes me sad.
Okay.
In terms of the first one, I'm always kind of like... The first one especially makes me sad because I think... I presume you know, but Edgar Wright...
Yes.
Was very, like... I think it's something like in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in some plans we know that Ant-Man and the Wasp were considered to be, maybe they were going to be part of the first Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Like in another world, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think Paul Rudd's been attached for quite a long time. I'm not sure about Evangeline Lilly, obviously, but those characters were going to be involved pretty much from the start. And
I didn't know that.
So Edgar Wright's been attached to that film for a long time, and you can see a lot of his Edgar Wright-isms in that first film, not the second film, really. You can very much tell that another bland, if I'm going to be honest, director came on board to carry that project home. And in fact, I prefer the second film, because the first film is a mix of bland... So, like not necessarily bland as in bad, just bland as in meh.
Yeah.
Stuff with some creative ideas that were clearly Edgar's ideas, but they didn't do them well enough because obviously he's got a brilliant mind and he knows how he wants to create those. But the second one, you know, Peyton kind of like took, you know, some of the ideas and, you know, did kind of his own thing with it, and that was more just dumb fun in quite a good way. Now, I'm really not sure, like, we've set up Jonathan Majors Kang.
Yeah, big up.
And Ant-Man, out of all of the upcoming films, or Disney Plus, or anything, like, to me, that's, at the moment, seems to be on the same level as, for example, going, here, Kang, go in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
Like... Probably I'll see it, and to be fair, Quantum, you know, the time travel connection is there. But it seems like an odd place to put Kang.
I'm worried that they are just going to start chucking Kang absolutely everywhere.
If Kang's just everywhere.
Kang, fuck off now. Because that was what was good with the Infinity Saga and Thanos, is that he'd, like, pop up in these end credit scenes. And like, so the anticipation was like, oh my god.
And we did some nice building stuff in Guardians.
Yeah, and then when he appears in Infinity Wars, like big bad, you're like, oh, he's finally here. Shit's about to go down.
He's actually Big Boss Man.
I quite like the reveal of Kang in Loki. I thought that was quite clever. But if they now just chuck him everywhere, I'm going to. It's going to be like, I don't care. Like show the character more than just here he is. It's like, fuck off a second. I know you're big bad, I get that, but let's chill. Have a coffee and just have a bit of breathe.
I'm just not, like, because the MCU at max can release 4 films a year, and I think they only do 4 because they don't make all the money off Spider-Man films that just have, you know, if they're not like Avengers where Spider-Man's in it, if they're specifically Spider-Man films, I think these days they've done the agreement so Disney finances 25% and gets 25% of the money, and Sony gets 75%, so obviously they'll probably fit a 4th Spider-Man happily into a year, but in terms of proper MCU, Disney makes the money, you never get more than 3.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wouldn't want that to take up a slot in the release calendar.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand that.
But a bit of MCU casting recently.
Okay.
That I saw. It is a slight spoiler, but quite frankly, I don't give a shit.
Oh, I think I know where this is. Harry Styles, yes.
Right, so...
I've seen the post-credit scene, by the way.
Poor you. All I'm going to say is, he hadn't seen the Eternals.
I haven't seen the film, but I've seen the post. So, not willingly, it came up on TikTok. I was like, well, fucking...
So you know, we probably will happily discuss it at a future date, but there's no point going into it now. All I thought was, and I'm probably going to make an early Brit video, which hopefully is probably my plan for this week, so it'll probably be out before this video, is why the Eternals is incredibly underrated and why the critics are just fucking wrong.
I hate critics anyway.
But the end credit scene sees Harry Styles as Thanos' brother.
Yeah.
I know we just talked about Game of Thrones, and this is like slightly a niche reference, but it was quite famous when it happened. Do you remember people talking about Ed Sheeran just in one scene? Ed Sheeran is there singing in a forest, and then he has a conversation with
I've seen that scene.
It is the most awkward, out of place thing until I saw Harry Styles in it, which is a very similar vibe.
It's not necessary. That's the problem.
And I'm also about to talk about, because I've got another note in this podcast, about musicians shouldn't really be actors.
We will get to that.
We'll get there, because that was one of the big things that's happened to me this week. But when you are as famous as your Harry Styles, your Ed Sheerans, and you're not doing something that's a musical. I know Ed Sheeran was there singing in Game of Thrones. That was still fucking weird. But it just comes across like cinema is supposed to keep you, like that. Like, yes, I'm a big fan of Chris Hemsworth, but I still believe him as, there's a difference between having a film star. Like for example, like recent example, Angelina Jolie is a film star, but I still saw her as her character Thene. Is it Thene? I think it's Thena. I didn't see her as Angelina Jolie. You see Harry Styles as Harry Styles.
You don't see him as Thanos. What's Thanos' brother even called? I can't remember.
Fuck knows.
Who cares?
You literally got Patton Oswalt as a fucking random dwarf cunt.
I quite like Patton Oswalt.
I like Patton Oswalt, but he shouldn't be a Thanos raisin. That game, what was it? Eros, yeah.
Eros.
But what's
silly twat?
Like I don't get why we need that.
I likened it. Again, I spoke to my dad about this. I likened it to in like sitcoms when there's a celebrity guest star and like they play like the applauding track over it, and it's like the script stops for a bit. They'll like walk in the door dramatically, and I was like, oh, and then it calms down, and they just say a line. That is what that was like. He walked in, and it's like there was no dialogue because everyone was expecting like. I was like, this isn't. What are we doing here?
Because I rewatched Extras recently.
Yes,
and it's in the second series. I think it's in the middle, where because every episode the title is. There's quite a lot of times like multiple celebrity stars in there. But the title of that one was Chris Martin.
Yeah.
And basically the plot, the main plot of the first, it goes on to like an award show, I think, that one. But the plot of the first 10 minutes of that episode is Chris Martin and Ricky Gervais's character meet. And they're just like, oh, ratings are down. Like, and the BBC producers are like, let's just put Chris Martin in the most awkward way possible. And I agree with you. That's the exact style of it. Shit. It's fucking awful.
I'm like, why are you
existing?
I mean,
don't laugh. Why are you existing?
Well, I don't understand. I can't be fucked, to be honest.
Makes no sense.
No. Can you fuck up? The other thing, MCU news. So I just need to explain this sort of jump that's happened here. We've gone from in-person podcast back to the Zoom. So basically,
I think I've had a haircut since the two.
You've had a haircut. My hair's green. Like that wasn't even filmed that long ago. So basically, we filmed that before we had the new poster and the new full trailer for Spider-Man. I was editing it today, and I was like, "This is out of date. That can't be the only way we talk about Spider-Man. We can't leave it to the next podcast. I don't know. Let's record a bit now." So we haven't actually spoken to each other about this yet. So initial thoughts of the trailer, James, as a whole, is it what you're expecting or?
Oh, I've got a wee hot take.
Okay, hot take. I'm ready. We like hot takes.
Neither of the apart from the Alfred Molina reveal in the first trailer, neither trailer has sparked my excitement that much.
Okay. Yeah.
Not in a way of I am not excited for the film, because I am buzzing, but neither trailer, and especially this last one, because it was kind of labelled as the big surprises trailer, and we already knew, like Electro was going to be there.
Yeah.
It was pretty much 99% that Willem Dafoe was about at that point. I mean, my Alfred Molina moment was probably, the Lizard, Sandman, Electro.
That was cool.
Threesome. And also, have you seen the Brazil?
Where he gets, I'm like,
yeah.
People are like, oh, maybe he just turned around to see if someone was behind him. Who the fuck turns around in midair like this?
His fist is going back and tries to go forward.
People are like,
Electro is also fighting someone.
They're like, oh, he's just turning around. No, he's not, because no one turns around like that.
Not that they couldn't have, for example, I don't know, edited. Like people have been saying, because obviously Venom is probably going to be in it because of that. So Venom could be about that. Could be Doctor Strange. Could be involved. It could be anyone. At that point.
Like it literally could be anyone. Fuck, it even could be Dr. Octopus if he's like that. Like that could be literally anyone. And people are like Andrew Garfield. I'm like, well, yeah, but no.
The trailers have not. Which, to be fair, there is a sliding scale of the trailers spoil too much.
Yeah,
that's in the film, and that's probably in the middle. And then either side, there's like the trailers could spoil too little, and therefore I'm not as excited, or the trailers can just spoil like way too much, and it's
trying to find the middle ground of like we need to get people hyped, but people still have to want to see the film, not go, I've basically seen it all, which is why if they're revealing 5 of the villains in this film in the first proper trailer, then there has to be something bigger.
I think at this point, no matter the quality of the film, I do want to talk about what I think the quality of the film would be, because there's been some dodgy things going about recently, but I think I will not enjoy this film if Toby and Andrew aren't in it. I don't know what the point of making it was if they're not in it.
Yeah. Someone said on, I think there was a tweet, someone was like, if they're not in it, what the fuck are Marvel doing? Like, what are Sony and Marvel doing here where they're like, they can't plant all of these seeds, build up to it, and just not, like, the fact that you've got the original actors reprising their roles from every Spider-Man film to then go, yeah, but the Spider-Man aren't in it. You'd be like, well, fucking why not?
Like now we've confirmed Lizard and Sandman. Yeah. Obviously, we're not sure about the MCU film, and I would very much like Vulture and Mysterio to show up as well. So literally every film has representation. But now every live-action, non-Tom Holland Spider-Man film has a villain present. Yeah.
So it's like, why are we not?
So why not?
If they don't, what the fuck? They will. Like, they surely. But then people have looked at like the leaks that came out and have said, well, it's like the leak with Andrew Garfield is exactly the same set. There was a leak of him like ages ago where he's like led on a bit of scaffolding saying something, but the like audio's muted. And obviously the scene we saw where they were all jumping at Tom Holland was on scaffolding. So like it's all, there's bits where it's like, well,
it's at this point, I am very worried that this film. Have you ever heard? I'm not. I think there's a YouTuber I watch, and I can't remember what they're called, but they use the phrase Taco Bell film. They're American, so ours would probably be like a Domino's film.
Yeah,
let's say the film is not. The film is very good to enjoy. It's a very fun film, but in terms of whether it's good for you. Or in terms of it's, well made. Like, it's probably the difference between, first thing comes to my head, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Is quite tasty to eat in terms of food. I'm getting really lost in this metaphor.
Yeah, this is.
But it's good, and also it does something as a film.
Yeah.
I saw something on Twitter that was like they were rewriting this film on the day, and because if you think. I think I saw it like 2 years and 4 months ago. Sony and Marvel were not planning to be together on this film.
Yeah, because the thing is, if Tom Holland was leaving the MCU, yeah.
Not only that, but there was because this film was supposed to come out in like July of this year. because of COVID has been cancelled. So they have rushed the fuck out of this film. Like apparently, I've been hearing VFX teams are working 7 days. Like it's a month out,
Jesus.
and they are literally on a race against time to finish the fucker.
Fucking hell.
I genuinely think we could have we could genuinely have a not very good film on our hands that is carried by the cameos.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those classic things where maybe like the concept's good, the execution is naff.
That's
the
that's
concept of all the villains coming back through like the multiverse, Doctor Strange be like, shit, Tom Holland, like, whoa, the other, like Andrew Garfield, like that concept is great, but is the execution just going to be a bit rushed and a bit? Like, they've got a lot to fit into 2.5 hours.
It's a lot. It's massive. I think it's the best example I can give is what Infinity War and Endgame managed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because those films are very, especially Endgame, are very fan servicey. You know, lots of characters, lots of plot lines, but they're managed in a very good way that those films would not be as good if, you know, like plot wise and character wise, they don't make the choices that they make.
Yeah, it's
that's the closest comparison we have to the quality of what this film could be compared to what it might end up being. I don't have a comparison.
I do want to talk a bit of this, like with the trailer, on like the theories that have started emerging from the trailer. One that really caught my eye, I was like, that might be, is that the villains, the longer they stay in like the MCU, the longer they stay in that universe, they become part of that, like they start to morph. So like, you know, we see Green Goblin fly down with the old suit from Spider-Man, and then there's another shot where he's like mask off, goggles on, flying. People are saying that's like an MCU variant, still played by Willem Dafoe, but he stayed in a different universe, so it's like morphing. When we see Dr. Octopus with like the nanotech starting to go onto his arms, that's like he's morphing from Otto Octavius from Spider-Man universe into what if he was in. And apparently the first shot of Electro in the trailer, he is blue, and then like the yellow lightning starts. So it's like that's quite. I'd be happy if that happened.
I think they'd have to, because that's quite convoluted in terms of, you know, like it's one of those things that you wouldn't want to just have to. You wouldn't want that to be a, you know, an explain away line of dialogue. So you know, because it depends how consistent they are with it. For example, Lizard, especially because the shots we get of Lizard, Electro, and Sandman together, that looks like very Final Battle-y.
Yeah,
and Lizard and Sandman
look quite similar.
Incredibly,
yeah,
like Lizard. Honestly, if you did a close up of Lizard's face and you told me that was a shot from The Amazing Spider-Man,
actually,
so sure,
I'm impressed with, because let's be real, the CGI from Amazing Spider-Man with Lizard, very questionable. But it doesn't seem like they've tried to over CGI him in this film, which is something I was worried about.
Yeah,
because it's Disney. They could have gone, hey, should we try and improve it? But like, it seems like they've just left him and been like, yeah, we know he looks shit, but you know, it's Lizard, isn't it? We love Lizard.
Yeah, it's the consistency. I mean,
and that's what's going to make it good.
They could have completely recasted Lizard and just have Lizard there, and I wouldn't have been too arsed, you know, like...
Yeah.
The one I'm glad they brought back, even though it's a bad performance in a bad film, Jamie Foxx is a very talented actor who was put in a very bad film in awful costume and makeup. And yes, it's a bad performance, but a lot of the times, you know, like you do the style you've been asked to do.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good chance for him to actually get a decent shot at the role.
I think we were literally talking about this in like earlier in this podcast. Something to do with like, it wasn't their bad performance, it's the way they direct. I can't remember what film we were talking about, but I'm pretty sure we were saying that.
Directors should take more A
of the book.
a director is basically a head actor. That's
Yeah.
not the way I
If
see
the
it.
film, if the performances are a bit are not up to scratch, yes, it's the performance, but it's also they've been told what to do to a degree. So,
I mean, it's the job of the actor to perform the wishes of the director.
Yeah, they need to take.
It's always a problem when an actor takes too much control over a project that they're not a much of a part of.
But an actor, in essence, is literally like a puppet to show the story of the writer and the director, and like they're like, God, show our story. So if they're like a bit well, it's like, yeah, but look at the production, look at behind the camera as well, and think, what have they done wrong? Just say it. Just say it.
Basically, never blame actors. Actually, do.
Yeah, no, actors are great. No, actors are always perfect. There was definitely something else, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, the whole the scene. I've got very mixed feelings about this scene from the trailer, where Otto is like in the basement, and they're like, "Well, wait, what was your name again?" And he's like, "Oh no, Octavius." They start laughing. I'm like, "What?" Like in the trailer, it seems very like, "What? I don't understand what." I like the humor, like the Disney humor, but how, like, because in my head immediately, like, oh right, so is he like with them then? Because like, surely
I think this, because for example, a lot of the takeaways people have been getting from the trailer is that Doctor Strange is in some way antagonistic to Spider-Man, yet somehow I think they released like a 15-second clip of the scene where
he's trying to get the box.
But that seems more jovial, like, and they're trying something or other.
Yeah, like, is that the one where Spider-Man's got like the box and Doctor Strange trying to pull him back in? Yeah. Like
I think this trailer is trying to do everything to, like I would be very surprised if Doc Ock is an anti-hero in this film. I think he will be villainous, and I think this trailer might be trying to throw us off the scent.
I think this trailer is completely, because there are scenes in the trailer which like contradicts directly the scene like before them in the trailer. You're like, what? But that's a good thing, like, because like we said, you want to go into the film knowing what's going to happen. You want to be like, because then when you see a scene from the trailer, like, oh, I see how they cut that there to make us think this was going to happen, but then this happened, and it's like, that's what a trailer should be. And if it's not, then sort your shit out.
This film has a lot going against it. If it pulls it off, it will go down in history.
Oh yeah.
However, there is a lot of things that if it fucks up, it will struggle.
It will, and it will be regarded as like the Spider-Man film that could have been the best Spider-Man film that became.
I have always been of the opinion that I'd love to see. I would love to see this film, but not only should it have been given a bit more time, it should have been done 5 years down the line. Yeah, and Tom Holland should have had a look. Like, I
agree.
It's a similar thing that they're doing, like the DC multiverse stuff with So it's like a Flashpoint film,
right? Okay.
And you're thinking, well, I'm sorry, Flash has appeared in Justice League and had cameos, and now you're rewriting time.
Yeah, I think they should have given time because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is still very much new. Like, he is still very much a new character in like the grand scheme of things. So I think it would have been cool. His first
film appearance was 5 years ago.
Yeah, like,
which is mental to think about.
If he had stepped away from it and then suddenly come back with Spider-Man No Way Home, you got him who's 5, and then brought Andrew, you'd be like, whoa, they're all like, we haven't seen these guys for like 5-10 years. Now look at them, they're back, and what the fuck? But I was going to read something else, James, and I can't remember what it was. It's about Dr. Octopus.
I'm stressed.
I liked how, because they did answer some questions though. Like when we saw Dr. Octopus in the original trailer saying at the end where he sort of said hello, and then people were like, well, who's he talking to? But then he like pins Tom Holland against a wall and he's like, wait, you're not Peter. That then also he saw the Spider-Man who went, Peter Parker. He's like, shit, not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And then that explained, because everyone was like, oh, he's talking to Toby, but he was just like, Spider-Man. Peter.
Yeah, I get. That makes sense.
I was like, good. They've answered that. But then there's so many more
Conundrum.
questions that are like.
There's another thing that I always want to bring up about superhero films, but never do. For the fucking love of God, if I see one more superhero film have their final battle in bloody darkness, I will murder myself. I want to fucking see what's going on. Literally.
The worst thing is Harry Potter, when the last 5 films are filmed through a fucking cup of tea. You're like, I can't see what's going on. You turn all the lights off, shut the curtains, like, look, I still can't see.
Why does a superhero film finale have to either be good CGI throughout the entire film, and then suddenly we just have the worst looking rhinos in history, or it's literally the darkest thing ever?
You just can't see what's going on. It's like an audiobook by that point. You're like, okay, well, kind of like to see that.
And in a cinema, it's sound. Literally, if you're watching it at home, you can't see shit.
Yeah, if I would want Disney Plus to watch the final battle of Spider-Man, it's not happening. It'll be an audiobook.
Human.
Like, can we have some...
it should be banned permanently.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I've never thought of that, but yeah, they're always in like, can we organise? Can this take place in the morning? Can we like? Can we?
Sorry, lads. Can you like wake up a little bit early and start fighting?
What we'll do is we'll all go home, get a good night's rest, and we'll do it tomorrow morning. How's that sound, lads? Like,
good bracky. Get some hash browns in the system and go fight each other at a reasonable time.
Have a coffee. Let's all meet up at 11, shall we? Like, let's do it so we can see what the fuck's going on.
Literally.
Oh my God.
That's a campaign we should start because it fumes me.
But people are saying that's not the final battle,
which I would like,
because it does feel weird that they show the final battle at all in the trailer. Like, it feels a bit straight. Like, I think it's one of those, they want you to think that's the final battle, and then something happens after it. You're like, fuck.
I'm skeptical because I've been burned by that thought process before, because I remember watching Endgame trailers and thinking, there is no fucking way they are showing us a single frame of the last hour of this film. And then they don't show like the portals and stuff, because obviously that would be a complete spoiler, but they do show the trio.
Yeah, because they show Cap like tightening the shield up on his arm or something.
And I was there thinking, oh God, no, don't stress about it. That's never going to be the final battle. It was. So I've been burned by that thought, that thinking before, but I'm hoping we'll have a battle in fucking daylight.
Maybe that's not the final battle. And then in the final battle, we can fucking see what's going on. Or just get Electra to be a light bulb and just light the thing up so we can see anyway.
What also irritated me was, I presume you've seen it. Did you see when Sony released like Tom, Zendaya, and Jacob Balaton? That's what Ned.
Yeah,
like reacting to the trailer.
Yes.
So obviously they showed like the 30 seconds of it without the trailer, like the day before it got released. And the thing that got me excited was that, at the end they were like Jacob goes, oh, people are gonna go crazy when they see that. But I was like... and I'm thinking, oh my God, Toby and Andrew, or at least an exciting climax when you actually, because now they've released the full reaction video. It's just when Tom's just trying to save Zendaya. Yeah. Just like, I'm sorry, like she lives or dies. And to be fair, I don't think they're going to do an Emma Stone move twice, because they were only going to resurrect her anyway, so I don't really care. Yeah, but
I'm not too bothered to be like,
if like that just burned me so much when it was like,
because everyone was like, oh, it's going to be like, you're going to see the shadows. It's going to be so simple for like something's going to nope.
That's what I wanted. I think
shadows, like even like the music.
Just so I'm not sitting there through the film thinking, when are Toby and Andrew going to show up? When are they going to show up? All I wanted was some hint that was, it's pretty much a wink to audiences going, they're fucking in it.
Even if Doctor Strange had said something.
And then I can just de-stress
and then be like,
the rest of the film.
They're going to be in it. I'm excited to see where they come. But at the moment, it's
I will
like,
have to watch the film twice, just because my first time will be ruined.
Yeah.
By waiting for them.
I'll be able to relax for like the first bit of the film. And then I'll be like, right.
As soon as we get like an hour and a half in, it's just going to be a ticking clock till they turn up.
Okay, I'm waiting. But then even when they turn up, it's going to be like, yeah, there they are. Like, it's going to be like, they're here, but it's also going to be like, yeah.
Like, fuck, you finally shown up.
Yeah, take your fucking time, lads.
Come on. It's nearly my bedtime. Come on, hurry up.
It is. It's like a pitch black, cunt. You shut up. I can't fucking see, lads. We're not going to see them when they do. They show up in the final battle. We'll be able to see them. but yeah, they're there. Where? In the pitch black. Oh, is it? They were in the trailer. You just can't see them.
Yeah.
That's
do you want to know who my theory for who is going to, and I think is the best choice to show up in this film, who I'd rather more
This is going to be a joke.
No, it's not.
It definitely is going to be.
No, I'd rather this character show up more than Toby or Andrew.
Go on.
The rent man.
I was just going to say, if you say the fucking landlord, he's the Sinister Six member.
All I'm saying is end credit scene. That has to be it. Just Tom Holland just pops off back home after the battle, just like, pay me rent. I want rent. That's what I need. I need that.
Yeah, he needs a cameo in it.
Please. I'm like, genuinely, Sony Marvel.
Oh my God.
If you haven't filmed it.
Right, post-credit scene, him fixing the door. Done. There's your post-credit scene.
He's a bit... No, post-credit scene, he's a billionaire from collecting all the rent over the years.
Yeah. Oh, that is the cameo we need.
That's the cameo we don't just want. We have to have it.
Oh, what a legend. Right, one last question. I feel like this is like an entire podcast in itself. But
it has become that, but fuck
One last question. Okay, so at the end of the trailer, when Doctor Strange is like, they're all coming through and I can't stop them. What's a prediction for who? What's he on about? Because there's so many things online of because he's panicked. He's like, shit.
Because
I didn't even think about it. People were like, who is it? I'm like,
no, it hasn't crossed my...
It's only when I saw a tweet about it, and I was like, I had to watch the trailer again because I didn't even realise, like, I didn't clock that he'd said that.
I mean, I think it could be literally as boring as, for example, I don't know, Lizard and Sandman don't show up for much of the film, and then suddenly it's just a couple more Spider-Man villains to add to the final fight.
Yeah, because we know that Doc Ock and Green Goblin seem to be in it from very early. Like that bridge scene, they're there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Electro is also quite a big part.
I think those are the three people care about, really.
Yeah, Lizard does not have to change back into human form for me. I won't exactly cry about it if he does, but I'd quite like to see Thomas Hayden Church's face.
Yeah, I do like it. Very good, cool guy. And his little green shirt. I like the green shirt. Do you have to get that every fucking I have to realize every segment we have, you manage to get what a man in there. Like literally every segment of this podcast.
What a mighty good man. Mighty good man.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, I have a couple of notes about because obviously, we're both YouTubers, if you didn't know.
It'd be weird if you didn't, actually.
That would be weird. It would be quite fucking impossible if you didn't.
What do you think you're watching?
It's pretty hard not to know that that's what we kind of vibe with. I've got a couple of. I've got one thing that we're going to go into a discussion about, but I'm going to do the little thing first.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to get lost. Because I am
lost in the woods.
Irritated.
Okay.
That very much links to it.
Oh.
So, I have made 2 videos this year that I think go above and beyond what I have to do.
Yeah.
So I have got.
Can I guess which?
Yeah, I guess the 2.
One of them's got to be Lost in the Woods, I'm guessing, because we've already... Above and Beyond?
Go up. It's quite recent.
That's quite recent? Oh, it's got to be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a video that was Lost in the Woods where I went to the woods, wrote out a nice little script and ranked Frozen songs, from both films, Wild, Lost in the Woods. And then more recently, I released a video ranking Edgar Wright movies where they filmed Hot Fuzz. So I travelled to where they filmed Hot Fuzz and ranked all of Edgar Wright's films. And some days I look at the views and I think, is there any point in making videos about things I'm passionate about?
I couldn't agree more with this.
Because, like, genuinely, I don't want this to become a plug fest. If you like Edgar Wright in any way, I don't give a fuck. It's a great video.
It is a banging video.
Please watch it, because I think it's fucking sick.
You see, I've watched it on the Mediocre Best account as well.
Yeah.
And I watched it on my own.
Nice, yeah.
Double views.
Double views. But it just pisses you because like, you know, like, let's have a look here. Like, maybe like a less effort video. Like, for example,
Like,
to be fair, yeah. So the video I released a day later, which is a great transition for what I do really want to talk about. Reacting to the Wicked movie cast, and something like, will Ariana Grande be any good? Because I knew if I put Ariana Grande in the title, it gets even more search. Because people, quick tip for any YouTubers, if you like if there's something really keywords, like work out how to put it in your title. Like, for example, I looked at the analytics for a Joseph West End review I did, and people searched things like Alexandra Burke, Joseph West End into the search bar. So yes, having it in your description helps, but having it in the title pushes it further up. So it's working out where you can, like, for example, the Suicide Squad Who Will Die. I've got my channel up here so I can give examples. Just putting in their James Gunn version maybe could help the views, just because having the words James Gunn in there could help in searches. If obviously don't make it feel unnatural by going James Gunn, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, like, but you know, if
where you can.
It's just, you know, like YouTube and like literally, like the Ariana Grande video was literally just a piece of news that, you know, I like that video. Like, I had thoughts I wanted to talk about it. If I really didn't want to talk about it, I wouldn't have made the fucking video. But it's when, you know, I, you know, go and like make a video that I genuinely think like deserves something. Maybe that's me being a bit greedy, but sometimes you make a video and you go, you know what? Screw what anyone else thinks. That video deserved better.
Yeah, it is. And the annoying thing is, I know it's a bit of a meme, is like reaction videos. I do a fair amount of them. The annoying thing is they bang. It's so annoying.
Like, I was probably gonna see if I could get away with not addressing this, but I saw that Fraser's most viewed video was reacting to the Marvel musical, and I did it without creative integrity at all. And at the moment, it's on. You know, it's not doing as well as his. But to be fair, I didn't. You know, like I didn't really deserve that. To be fair, because I've literally copied the video. But it's on fucking 630 views. It will almost
in 3 weeks.
It will almost definitely get to 1,000. And to be fair, I think yours, like literally, like the analytics of that video, I can show it on.
Oh yeah, didn't it like start on camera? Suddenly it just
literally for the first. I reckon it was. I think I remember because it was the other day I was in the cinema and I'd released the Wicked video, and suddenly the algorithm was like, "Yay, nerdy Brit," and I got like 1,000 views in a day so I got about 500 views from the Wicked video, and the Marvel musical one, which just went up like while I was in the cinema. Like, it was I will show you like the graph of like how the views have. So you know, it's still climbing like quite. I'll see if I can get it to focus. But literally, like look at that.
Yeah.
Like, it's, and to be fair, obviously that's exaggerated. Like, it still was, you know, getting like probably like a couple of views a day for a decent 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it just goes
boom.
Like for 14 days it would. 14 days it was on 44, and now with you know, like another 10 days it has gone loads. So obviously lovely. I still think it's quite a good video.
Very good video. The annoying thing is that all of, like, you look, videos that like recently I've put quite a lot of effort into is, I'd say, the singing covery ones.
To be fair, I was gonna mention that. I'm allowed to plug him. Go watch his song covers, because if I'm being firstly, they're sick, and second of all, if I'm completely honest, I know he won't say it, but those are very nerve-wracking videos to make,
yes.
And the support would mean a lot to him, because it's kind of like a validation of I'm doing something good. So please go watch those. I love you. I love you.
Champ.
To be fair, the Barrow's going to.
Yeah, he's
doing well.
This one's better. That one's better than that though. Look.
Lovely editing.
Yeah. Big fucking.
To be fair, like you synced it up really well and stuff.
I was pretty proud. That was a bugger to do, because I recorded the singing separately to the video.
I couldn't tell.
So yeah, that was a absolute bugger. But yeah, it's frustrating that reactions do so well, to be honest.
But
that's how it is.
Like, to be fair, that recently I did have because obviously I'm a nerd and I check this stuff. I've had 2 videos recently tick over the 1K mark. So I think I have 4 videos on over 1,000 views right now, and I love that. I really do. It like, you know, like I was saying to Fraser just while he was doing another recording. Like, for example, what I find sick now, like what I like to look at is this sounds really bad. Like I obsess over the analytics too much, but I will look at things like, what does it take? Obviously, I don't have to think about it, but what does it take to be the best video? What does it take to be a top 3, top 5, top 10, and then at the moment, how many? For me, if a video does, this might sound quite narcissistic because a lot of videos that I put up don't. If a video does over 50 views, I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
If a video goes over 100 views, I'm very happy with it, and occasionally I will just go for and like count how many, like 100 was out, because I just enjoy it. It's a good feeling. It makes you feel good.
It does. I agree.
Quite narcissistic, I know.
Yeah, but the whole YouTube thing is like, our hobby is filming ourselves.
Yeah.
Talking about shit, thinking we're more important than we are, and putting it on YouTube.
And also, I don't going a little bit back to the whole Edgar Wright thing and being frustrated with that, because that was a lot of effort. Sometimes you put in effort and it works. Like, for example, the I've done 5 theatre-y reviews, so that's 4 West End shows and Time Fracture, which I'm going to count, not 2 Time Fracture, and 3 of them have over 100, which is really nice. Two of them have like 400, 500.
Nice.
One of them's, you know, like high, like 80s or 90s, and even the other one's like mid 40s. Which to be fair, I say I'd like over 50. I don't cry over mid 40s.
No.
I cry over, like, you know, if it has a 1 in front of it. If it's in like the teens. I don't think I've uploaded a video in a while. I don't think I've uploaded a video since back in the old days where I didn't show my face, where I've got single digits. But you know, it's tough. I probably focus on it too much. But thing is though, like, the validation I get is a mix between enjoying the content I make. Like, to be fair, recently I don't think I've enjoyed. Occasionally I sink to a level, like, for example, like reacting to the Dear Evan Hansen trailers, like, you know, who cares? But most of the time I don't sink to a level where it's like, why have you done this? I'm trying to make content that might get.
It's that balance, isn't it, between enjoy what you're doing, but also got to get the views in you.
Like what I'm doing, which I probably won't do for like a lot of things, because it's a pain in the arse to make a review. Like, literally, like, it actually probably wasn't that enjoyable making the review for the Doctor Who episode last night, for example, because I literally finished the episode straight away, camera, thoughts, straight away into the editing software, straight away edit it, straight away upload it, so I can literally be one of the first reviews. But it's one of those mixes of I enjoy talking about Doctor Who, I like having my thoughts there, and if I put the effort in and put the video up quickly, it gets views.
Yeah.
So speaking about YouTube, and to be fair, we can have a look at the comments, because it's quite funny, but... You've done me dirty with that screenshot.
That's amazing. That reminds me of the when we did the Innocent Spooky
Yeah.
Wars and you found the screenshot.
No, the thing is though, the funny thing is with that video, I made a point about it in my response video, was that he literally like scanned through my video to find me doing a dodgy face. The first frame that I took the piss out of was, yeah.
It's like you come up with a comeback like years after the argument. I'm like, but
So I saw that the Wicked cast had got released, and I knew it could do well. It's done very. I'm very happy with the views on that video already. And also, another quick tidbit for a YouTuber, if you know there are certain things that people are going to wait for, if you can do it naturally, leave it later in the video for watch time, because Ariana Grande, as part of that news, is the last thing I talk about, because I know that people are waiting for me to talk about Ariana Grande, whether I liked her or not. But, so if you didn't know, she's been cast as... Is it Glinda the Good One?
Glinda,
Yeah. And I think... Personally, what do you think about that casting choice? Because I think it's fucking dreadful.
I think it's ridiculous because.
Did you listen to how to the phone call bit that I put in the?
No.
Yes, I put a little bit.
What
of the,
did they? Wait, what have you said? What was my opinion that you put in the video? Like, can you remember what?
It's a lot of Fabian because Fabian stuff was funny.
Yeah. So right, my problem is that the songs aren't pop songs, and she's gonna sing them whether. Like, part of the acting, she's going to sing them as pop songs, and that's not how they're meant to be sung, so the effect of the song won't be the same.
You have to prioritise the songs in a musical.
Like, imagine her singing Popular.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mess.
Shit.
It's going to be a mess. Acting, I don't really care. I really don't. She was shit in Hairspray Live, I'm pretty sure she'll be shit in this as well.
So we've discussed our opinions. Basically, I just don't think it's good casting, pretty much for the reasons he says. If you want more clarification, the video is there for you.
There, when I...
So, by the way, I did have to comment on this video to make some clarifying. Okay. Just to clarify, it's my opinion. I do not expect Ariana Grande to do well in this role, and I think she is miscast. However, I want her to do well, as I want the film to succeed. It's just an opinion, so don't murder me, please. And I've even put please in PLZ, so people know.
Christ, people are fucking popping off.
People have commented. I love this one. Ariana will prevail, as per usual, no matter what annoying YouTube gays would say.
Right.
We actually had a longer conversation on a different one, and literally I just kept saying, because he was being very rude, and I was literally like, you commenting just boosts me in the algorithm, and eventually we just deleted it. Because obviously I win either way. Either he backs down, deletes, or I get the interaction.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so, no, a couple of people are nice. Most people. Nice. You can tell I started off when I replied to comments trying to be quite nice.
Yeah.
I am quite sarcastic. Like, right.
What performance did you?
So Brian has commented, judging Ariana based off literally one performance.
One pre-formance.
One pre-formance, almost 5 years ago.
Should I comment doing performance with the asterisks?
Yeah. And all I put was, cheers, Brian.
Yeah, cheers, Brian.
Cheers, Brian.
Wait, what was the one performance you referenced?
Hairspray Live.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Was that almost 5 years ago? Fuck me.
I think so.
I've been working with an acting coach. She has the vocals for
Oh,
it.
no, I quite moved on
close to Chris. That's irrelevant.
She loves the show. Literally, I had about 3 people comment on that video going, she loves the show.
Okay.
I love fucking Book of Mormon. Doesn't mean I'll be good at it.
I reckon you would.
I reckon I could be quite...
That was a very good example.
Okay,
You like...
I love... fucking Princess Fiona in Shrek the Musical. Just because I love it doesn't mean I'll be very fucking good at it.
Again.
I think to different.
You'll just come across as haters and that's really
I think that I'm not sure if that was him supporting me. Or...
I don't know if that's like the commenters come across as haters or you. You're good. I did like Hairspray, so I was Miss Girl, so I'm going to ignore everything else she's done in regards
I think
to
I was
that.
nice on that one though.
In terms of what?
No, maybe not.
Fair enough. Oh, no.
Things like, I hate this whole idea of she.
Oh, it's absolutely rubbish. That's what I say. If
I think I
that's
saw
one
this,
song you don't like, you should give the rest of their catalogue a chance. Unfair and ignorant. Even our all-time favourite for songs we don't like, doesn't we should all Shawaddy songs are bangers. So, bad argument. Or at least give it a chance. No, it would be different. But...
Like, some of these arguments are quite good because I literally do say in the video, like, this is what I've experienced and therefore I do not like it because from what I've experienced, I do not agree.
What? So I've got one more thing quickly to bring up.
Feel free, I've done all of my...
I think this will be it.
The thing is though, this podcast has been very therapeutic.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of things to like get like off a system.
So I've got a YouTube series that I'm going to start. I can't do it. I think I'm going to film the first episode at Christmas because I have to be home for it.
Okay.
So I think you're going to be a fan of this. The idea, and it's when I workshopped with Fabian. It was like Fabian me and him came up with it.
Do you see this series lasting on a scale of Fraser Oliver podcast to Can I Beat Guinness World Records?
I think this will be Fraser Oliver podcast level. This is genuinely.
I wanted to get in a dig about that Guinness.
I really want to continue it, but I just started it at such a stupid time because I was getting ready to go to uni.
It's an impossible start because that series kind of has to end with you owning a world record.
Yeah, I'd do it.
You could do it. Yeah,
I'll bring it back.
Cool.
Right,
what's the series?
The series is called Darts with Dean. So for anyone, so my dad, Dean, is very good at darts. He used to play for like the local team at our local pub, and he's exceptionally good at darts. So I had the idea. The way I think it would work is each episode, it's me, my dad, and a guest. So you, Fabian, Paul, my brother, someone, and we treat it. We've got a dartboard in our like garage turned thing, and like we just have drinks, like there's snacks, and it's just like playing darts and sort of like, I don't know, I just thought that would be quite a fun...
Right, there's one way I cheat at darts.
What's that?
So, 501 is the most common of games, and I'm not the best at darts, I have to admit, like, you know, like, I'll go for the 20s, and a lot of the times I can hit, you know, maybe like a single 20, like you know, I'm probably your most average darts player.
Yeah.
But... at the end,
is this the double?
Are you a type of person that has to go for the double?
That's the rule.
I can't do it. I really can't.
You're going to be the first guest. I don't know what you're saying.
Am I going to be the first guest?
You're gotta be. Yeah, I thought that'd be a great, a cool series of darts with Dean.
I would love to come on. I will be adding my personality and not my dart skills to that series.
That's absolutely fine. But no, I thought I should run that. Put that out there so people get excited for darts with Dean.
Big up darts with Dean.
Big up Dean, big up darts.
If I'm 100% honest, there are no series on the horizon for me because we know how those end.
It's alright, Jess.
I mean, one of them had... both of them in their own way had a 25% completion rate. In terms of one of them was supposed to be a 4-episode series that was 1 episode, and one of them was supposed to be a 12-episode series that was 3 episodes. So they both have a 25% completion rate.
Good.
Did you know, actually, that Doctor Who Mystery Box Was It Any Good video is a series of 1 episode, and therefore, which actually did quite well. So I
actually really like that video.
I might actually open another. That video actually kind of had had a little nifty bit of editing. To be fair.
Good. Like I'm impressed. I was impressed with it.
What I want to do when this podcast is done is I want to watch the newest Fraser Oliver video with Fraser Oliver there.
Absolutely not.
I want to.
Let's go through the series.
Let's go through your series.
Look, some of the vlogs.
There's a difference between, you know, like
this.
Like a playlist of vlogs is not a series.
This banging series.
We needed more. I needed more of it, you know.
Yeah, but this year, what do I say?
Yes.
Because I've got one planned. I'm going to do the biscuit boxes. So that, like Family Circle, the fucking what's the Tory blue one?
Victoria.
Yeah. I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to. What's in the box? We have 5 of them. Mystery boxes, see, tier list, that's the series.
I'll do a What's in the Box for your channel.
Oh, should we do it?
Yeah, I'll film a What's in the Box for your channel. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We do it for Mediocre at best.
Do it for Mediocre at best, yeah. Bang.
Right, I think that's, unless you've got any...
It's been a bloody pleasure. I mean,
I'm knackered.
I reckon that was a little bit shorter, but to be fair, like, obviously the first one, we literally had not only us starting university to address, but also we had anything that we could have built up from the last 6 months of thinking we're going to do a podcast. So I think we've said, we're not the type of people to release a podcast that's half a fucking hour.
No,
but
it's going to be waffle.
It's a minimum, and I mean, I would be surprised if it's not an hour, but a minimum 45.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there are the occasional only hour podcast. I wouldn't be surprised if there's the occasional 2-hour magnum opus.
It all depends on like the news of that week. So like the week,
how much we can be asked.
The podcast we film, say after Spider-Man No Way Home,
will be the big Spider-Man No Way Home.
That will be the length of the film. Like that's going to be a hefty podcast,
and probably just on that, to be fair.
Yeah. So yeah, it depends on what happens and what we can be fucked to do, and what weird documentaries I've watched about shoving hands in walls.
But I
licking wood.
I hope you are enjoying it. I hope
I'm enjoying it.
I hope we're on the right track. Obviously, if there's things you just don't really like,
tell us.
And I'm not promising we'll change them, because there are some things, like for example, if you comment and you go, James, sort your personality out. Not really much I can do about that, lads.
Are you alright, James? Are you okay? Are you alright?
Imagine, I don't know. That was not a cry for help. That was not a cry for help.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, for the future, like obviously we're not gonna tell the life stories, but like maybe you haven't done recently, really. And remind me if you have, but I would happily like some like mental health stuff in this podcast. I think that would be.
I think that'd be good.
I mean, you never know. Eventually, if we get to the stage where we're feeling very comfortable in this environment, it's specifically mental health week, and we're like, right, let's tell some stories. Let's
it might get
some stuff out there.
Get deep.
But
we don't know.
Don't be surprised to see us. I'm quite happy to, make it less about, just like the world and stuff. And we're both quite happy to, go a bit deeper into our own lives if that's what we want. Obviously, what we're comfortable with. Even just like little fucking anecdotes about fucking the cup of tea we had that morning. Dry fucking fruit. Cunt. Fuck. My phone wasn't actually smashed before, now it is.
Fully. Fucking karate chop.
I keep looking at the camera, but is this on? Have we? Obviously, don't worry if we haven't. Have we? Is this on Spotify?
Not yet. I'm going to do it.
To be fair, I don't mind if we get a decent 2 or 3 episodes and then put them all on Spotify.
When I edit this one and put it on YouTube, I'll put the other ones on everywhere.
And
so if you want to listen to it and you don't want to see our beautiful faces. Weird choice, but fine. It'll be on places soon. Just search Mediocre at best.
Yeah, if that's where you'd prefer to do it.
Which is fair enough, I get that.
But I mean, for this channel, I think we're still... Also, like we've said in private, if there's videos that either we think were a bit shit, so we just lumped them on the Mediocre at best channel, or, they're just content we want to do, but feels like it fits better on the channel, don't expect it to be
experimental content. That's where I'm going to look at, if I want to do a video that I'm like, I don't think that'd... Yeah, just like experimentally stuff.
At some point, for example, I could be really fucking bored on a Sunday, and I could go, you know what, I'm just going to film a tier list and whack it up on the channel.
Well, I think the banner literally says podcast and second channel content.
So, never know.
Maybe I'll start putting all my reactions on Mediocre at best.
Oh God, no. So, to be fair, I wouldn't want either of us to feel any pressure to, if we have a video that we want on our own channels, and then we're like, I wouldn't want either of us to feel obliged to, we've got to supply Mediocre at best with some content. But it's just if we fancy, to be fair, and I guess, for example, if I'd really wanted to, I could say it for the podcast, if I really wanted just to film a rant about the John Lewis advert and put it up on Mediocre at best, I can.
Yeah.
And I might at some point.
Go for it.
Some days I might, because it's very easy not to edit. I can just literally turn the camera on.
Yeah.
When I put it together somewhere, just clip off the start and end at any time I say cunt fuck.
And then
and then
Chuck it on.
bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh.
Neither of us would. I wouldn't mind that phrase, doesn't it? If he minds,
Maybe
fuck
I
him.
will. I don't care. Don't care. Right, thank you. Like,
Cheers, lads.
if you didn't like it, dislike it. They've got a button for it, so fucking use it.
Exactly.
Subscribe to our own channels if you want. Well, they probably have.
You just couldn't
Do the outro. I need some more water.
Okay. Did we decide on an ending?
What, like, as in, like,
Well, I say Toodle Pip.
a way to, like,
Like a staple Toodle.
should we see if one
we say
evolves
fuck off?
naturally? Fuck you, you crusty jugglers.
There we go. Bye.